so really, in response to this challenge, you're encouraged to come up with products, with services, experiences, anything you can imagine. And you can think of this on a big or a small level. This can be a local or a global issue for you. It's all up to your team to determine what you want to do with this whole idea. And then finally, once you come up with your idea and shoot your videos, your responsibility is to come up with 3 minutes or less YouTube video. Please don't go over 3 minutes. So 3 minutes or less YouTube video is what you're going to produce at the end of this. Now, before you go into this competition, I want to let you know a little bit about what the judges are going to be looking for in our local event. We're going to have 3 judges join us on Saturday or Sunday to view the screening of all the videos. And what they're going to be looking for. First one is the creativity and innovation of what you came up with. They're really going to be looking at that top, above all. The next one is going to be the implementation of your idea. Once you come up with your idea, what do you do with it? Did you take it to the streets? Did you really get results from your idea? There's a lot of different ways you can show that in your video. The last one is that this is also a communication piece. We want to see that you have clearly and effectively communicated what your mission was in creating this. Why did you do it? What can we see in the video that proves that? And how did you define value? That's all stuff that we really want to see in that video. So that gives you a good idea about what the judges are going to be looking for there. They will also have a little bit of leeway to give bonus points. I know in the rule book we have identified that video quality is not important for this. So the real purpose for that is so that if some of you have really, really awesome cameras and some of you are shooting it on your digital camera or your cell phone, that you don't get penalized for that. But also the judges will be able to give bonus points for any sort of exemplary things that they see that aren't on their criteria sheet. So those 3 judges that join us on Sunday will have a little bit of determination about where you've really gone above and beyond what everybody else has done. And so, on that note, with the overview of all the rules, I'm going to announce the mystery challenge. For this one, I want to put it up here just so I can follow a little bit. This was sent to me by Stanford University yesterday, and I believe I was probably either as surprised or more surprised than you will be when you find out what it is. The mystery challenge that Stanford University selected this year is to make money-saving fun, which really surprised me because they had billed it as a mystery object the whole time. But after a couple of angry emails and thinking about it a little bit more, I began to really see this whole idea of saving money and this idea of the act of saving as something that you really can think of as a tangible item. And so really, the reason they chose this is because one of the most pressing problems right now is the global recession, which has a huge effect on individuals, on companies, on entrepreneurs, and on communities. So they wanted students across the globe to address this issue. And so your goal is to create as much value and as much impact as possible while making the act of saving a little bit more fun and therefore more useful to the world. Nobody really likes to save. It's kind of something people do begrudgingly. And so it's up to you to make it something that becomes a phenomenon. Bring that spark and think outside the box. So really, remember a couple of things. Saving can be defined in a lot of different ways. Impact comes in different forms, and your value can be determined however you want. And really, again, remember, you can come up with a product. You can actually prototype something and come up with an invention. You can provide a service, an experience, anything you can imagine to solve this challenge. I just want to do a couple of quick reminders about your videos. As you could see, the video quality wasn't that great on YouTube, but I ask that you do try to use YouTube as your primary format. Just because national and worldwide, that's the format that's used for this competition. So it will be easier for us to submit it for the international competition if it's in YouTube. When we watch them on Sunday, we'll turn the lights down so it's a little bit easier to see and it's a little more movie-like. And really, I talked to most of you as you came in, and it sounds like everybody either has somebody on their team or a resource that's good with videos and can get their videos up. In your packets, there's some information that's just from the help on YouTube on how to get your videos up. If for some reason you're having problems, you can't get your video on YouTube before the showcase and awards event, don't panic. Just bring your video in a format that you know it plays in, on a laptop that you know it plays on. My laptop is old because I'm a staff member and you all get better laptops than me. So just to make sure that it's something that's going to have the right program in it, I want you to please bring a laptop if you are in that situation and you can't get it up on YouTube. Aside from that, when you come back for the awards and showcase event, when you check in, I'll be collecting the link to your YouTube video so that we can get them all ready to go and then screen them seamlessly during the showcase event. As I mentioned, the awards and showcase event is the final conclusion of this. That's at 2 o'clock on Sunday, and I ask as many of your team members as possible to be there for that. And what we'll do is, basically it's just going to be screening the videos for the most part. As I mentioned, we'll have 3 judges here who all have entrepreneurial experience who will be evaluating your videos. And we'll come back, and at that point what we'll do is award our top 3 prizes, which as you probably know, seeing as it was most people's motivation for joining. The first prize is $500, second prize is $300, and third prize is $200. So we will award the prizes on Sunday, although I want to make a quick announcement now is we will not actually be giving the money on Sunday because in order to get you the check, we need to know who we're writing it to first. So please don't expect cash in hand on Sunday, but we will be making those awards and then hopefully should have the checks to you quickly after that. So I don't think that I had any other announcements. The only other thing I wanted to say is for the event on Sunday, for those of you who aren't very familiar with YouTube, sometimes it can take up to an hour for a video to download, so please don't start that after 1 o'clock. Try to make sure that 1 o'clock is your deadline to finish your video so that you have adequate time to get it up before the event starts. And then I also ask that you arrive a few minutes early so that you have time to give me your links and I can get them ready for the screening. Yes?
Any rules, I guess, on help you?
On who can help you?
Challenge, but we get outside help too, friends, family.
I would say yes, particularly in the implementation of your plan and trying to extend the outreach of the project.
All right.
From the videos I've seen in past events, the scope goes beyond the team. Yes, Scott?
So we can have other people as accountants.
Yeah, I'd like primarily for the team to be responsible for the video, but as long as you prove that you've and everything, that's fine. Yes?
Where are our judges going to come from? Are they LTU professors?
The judges are actually, there's 3 judges. 2 of them are alumni. One of them is actually Hodge Flemings, who's a member of the Alumni Legends, and he runs a personal branding business. Another alum is actually, he works currently for BAE Systems, but is working on developing an innovation that he's hoping to launch into a company. So he's currently in that process right now and is building on it. He's a young alum from 2007 named Sean Simpson, who is an engineering student. And then our 3rd alum is actually from outside the university. It's a woman named Joanne Estes, and she is an entrepreneur who owns 2 businesses. Both are leadership training businesses. So that brings in that whole concept of leadership evaluation. And so her actual job is teaching people how to be good leaders and develop those skills. So I think we've got a pretty good